There was a time when cartoons weren't just made for kids, they carried mature themes, hidden messages, and dark imagery that only older viewers could truly grasp. If you look at today's bright, cheerful, feel-good cartoons, it's hard to believe that back in the 90s and early 2000s, animated shows were not just about fun. They often explored loneliness, fear, trauma, and some pretty harsh truths about life. So in today's video, I am going to walk you through 5 of the darkest cartoon moments that most of us didn't really understand as kids. Number 1. Dexter's Laboratory. EI's episode Dexter's Lab was always a weird show, but this particular episode hit on something very real. It starts with Dexter doing a simple act of kindness for a girl, but she becomes so obsessed with him that she starts stalking him everywhere he goes. Dexter loses his privacy and begins living in fear. And if you've ever watched You on Netflix, you know just how terrifying stalking can get. In the episode, Dee Dee eventually redirects the girl's obsession to someone else. But that only means another person's life is about to be destroyed today. We know stalking is a serious crime, and unfortunately, it's something that happens to women all too often in real life, making this episode even scarier in hindsight. Number 2. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Perfect episode now. Courage was famous for creepy visuals and ghost stories, but this episode focused on something even darker: mental health. Courage starts blaming himself for not being able to do basic household tasks correctly. He spirals into self-hatred, anxiety, and terrifying nightmares. At its core, the story is about depression, about never feeling good enough no matter how hard you try. It showed how perfection is impossible, and how constant guilt can eat you alive. This wasn't just horror. It was a painfully accurate take on anxiety and self-loathing, something that's more common than ever today. Number 3. The Powerpuff Girls. Speed Demon episode. The Powerpuff Girls were supposed to be cute and colorful, right? Not in this one. Trying to get home faster, they fly at super speed and accidentally travel 50 years into the future. And what do they find? Their absence allowed him, the show's scariest villain, to completely take over the city. The world is now a wasteland ruled by monsters and zombies, and the surviving citizens blame the girls for abandoning them. The visuals were horrifying: burned out buildings, twisted people, and an overwhelming sense of hopelessness. For a kid's cartoon, this was nightmare fuel. Number 4. Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb get busted. This episode was technically just a dream sequence, but it was shockingly dark. Candace finally manages to bust her brothers, and their parents send them to a military-style school. There, the boys have their creativity, imagination, and individuality stripped away. They're forced into conformity, made into mindless zombies who only follow orders. The metaphor was clear. Our education systems often crush creativity, treating every kid the same instead of letting them grow in their own way. Watching this as an adult, it feels less like a wacky cartoon and more like a critique of society itself. And this isn't just a USA problem. It's an issue with education systems all over the world. Number 5. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. Catch a Falling Star. Unlike most Ben 10 episodes filled with aliens and battles, this one dove into something disturbingly real: manipulation and toxic relationships. A famous actress named Jennifer frees her former kidnapper, Carl A.K., a Captain Nemesis, from prison. She's so attached to him that she ignores the fact he's murdering innocent people. Even when Ben steps in, Jennifer turns against him, and by the end, Ben nearly dies. Not at Carl's hands, but at hers. It's chilling because toxic relationships and manipulation are real-world dangers, and the show didn't shy away from showing how destructive they can be. Bonus mention: Tiny Toon Adventures. Elephant Issues. One beer. This episode was so dark it actually got banned from TV. In it, the kids find a bottle of beer in the fridge and decide to drink it because they've seen adults do it. What follows is a downward spiral: underage drinking, reckless behavior, stealing a cop car, and eventually crashing it off a cliff. The ending shows the characters actually dying. The creators wanted to warn kids about alcohol abuse, but it was considered too extreme for television. To this day, you can only find it online. So those were 5 of the darkest moments in kids' cartoons. Episodes that pushed boundaries and touched on subjects like stalking, depression, toxic relationships, and addiction. There are plenty more out there. So if you want me to cover part 2, drop a comment saying dark.